Hello dear viewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video, we are going to have a look at symptoms of a bad catalytic converter. The catalytic converter is a very crucial component of your vehicle exhaust system. It reduces harmful emission by converting toxic gases like carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and nitrogen oxides into less harmful substances like carbon dioxide, water vapor, and nitrogen. When the catalytic converter fails, it can lead to a range of performance issues, increased emission, and even engine damage. Let's have a look at some of the top symptoms of a bad catalytic converter. A failing catalytic converter often triggers the check engine light. If the ECU detects inefficiency in emission control, then it will alert the driver by turning the check engine light on. Use an OBD2 scanner to check for error codes. Codes like P0420, they usually indicate catalytic system efficiency below threshold. So the first symptom is the check engine light that is illuminated on your dashboard. A clogged or damaged catalytic converter also restricts its exhaust flow. This will reduce engine power and acceleration. If your car feels sluggish, especially during acceleration, it could be caused by blocked or failing catalytic converter. Bad catalytic converter can also disrupt the air-fuel mixture, causing the engine to burn more fuel than necessary. So, poor fuel economy is another indication of a failing catalytic converter. So monitor your fuel efficiency. Sudden drop in mile per gallon could indicate a failing catalytic converter. A failing catalytic converter cannot efficiently reduce emission. This will lead to higher levels of pollutant and a failed emission test. So if your car fails emission test, the catalytic converter is one of the first components to check. A failing converter may also produce strong sulfur smell due to inability to properly convert hydrogen sulfide in the exhaust. If you notice this smell, then inspect the catalytic converter. So sulfur or rotten egg smell could be an indication of a failing catalytic converter. Damaged or broken catalytic converter can also produce rattling noise, especially at low speed or when starting the vehicle. So listen for unusual noises coming from the exhaust system. If you happen to notice that there is rattling noise from under the car, it could be an indication of a broken catalytic converter. A clogged catalytic converter can also cause back pressure in the exhaust system, and this will lead to incomplete combustion and engine misfire. Misfires often feel like jerking or hesitation during acceleration, so engine misfire can be an indication of a failing converter. Failing catalytic converter can cause exhaust to be black. Excessive black smoke from the tailpipe can be as a result of a failing catalytic converter that will make unburned fuel to escape directly to the atmosphere. Check for the exhaust for excessive smoke. If there is excessive smoke, especially during acceleration, it could be because the catalytic converter is failing to do its job. A clogged catalytic converter can also sometimes cause the engine to overheat. The engine overheats due to increased exhaust back pressure. So monitor your engine temperature. If it overheats, if there is sudden increase of temperature on your temperature gauge, then it could be caused by excessive exhaust back pressure that is triggered by clogged catalytic converter. Reduced acceleration is another symptom. A bad catalytic converter can restrict exhaust flow, and this will reduce engine power and make it difficult to accelerate. So, if your vehicle is not responsive enough when accelerating, test your car acceleration and not any sluggishness. It could be caused by a blocked catalytic converter. Severely clogged catalytic converter can even cause the engine to stall, especially at low speed or idle. A failing catalytic converter makes it difficult for the engine to start in cold weather due to restricted exhaust flow. So if your car is struggling to start, especially in cold weather, it could be caused by a blocked or restricted catalytic converter. Bad catalytic converter can also cause erratic engine behavior, such as fluctuating RPM or inconsistent power delivery. Monitor your engine performance for irregularities. If you happen to notice that engine performance has become unstable lately, it could be attributed to bad catalytic converter. Failing catalytic converter can also cause a strong fuel smell inside or outside the car due to unburned fuel exiting the vehicle. So investigate the source of a smell, starting with the catalytic converter. If the hydrocarbon emitted from the tailpipe is much, as a result of a bad catalytic converter, you may happen to notice a smell of fuel. So smell of gasoline, increased fuel smell can be an indication of a failing catalytic converter. Catalytic converter failure can also lead to overall reduced engine power. This is causing the issue to limit engine power to prevent damage, resulting in reduced performance. So if your car is feeling underpowered, check the catalytic converter for any blockage or any damage. Rich fuel mixture caused by bad catalytic converter can sometimes damage the spark plug, fold spark plugs leading to poor combustion and engine performance. So inspect the spark plug for black sooty deposit. If you notice that there is some black or sooty deposit, it could be caused by a bad catalytic converter that is causing rich fuel. And sometimes there are cases where the catalytic converter overheats. If there is a problem with the catalytic converter, it can overheat due to excessive unburned fuel entering the exhaust system. If somehow the hydrocarbon emitted from the engine is high, that can lead to overheating catalytic converter. So check the catalytic converter for sign of overheating, such as a discoloration or melting. If you happen to notice there is a discoloration on the casing of the catalytic converter, or if you happen to notice some melting of the filtering element, it could be caused by excessive hydrocarbon being emitted from the engine. A malfunctioning catalytic converter cannot properly reduce emissions. This will lead to higher level of pollutants, and sometimes bad catalytic converter can even cause engine knocking or increased exhaust back pressure and improper combustion. All this will result in rough running of the engine and popping noise. Listen for knocking sound coming from the engine. If you happen to notice there is a knocking sound, it could be caused by a bad catalytic converter. So always make sure that you check your catalytic converter regularly, because it is a very expensive component to replace. Check for error codes. If the check engine light is eliminated, check for error codes like P0420, P0430, which are related to bad catalytic converter. Look for any physical damage, any discoloration or melting on the catalytic converter itself, and use a pressure gauge to measure exhaust back pressure. Exhaust back pressure is a clear indication of a clogged catalytic converter. If the catalytic converter is clogged, if the elements are not allowing exhaust passage, then that will cause excessive back pressure. So that will damage the engine and it will eventually lead to engine overheating. Use a scan tool to observe the catalytic converter's efficiency in real time. Most catalytic converters last between 100,000 to 150,000 miles. If you notice any of the symptoms that I mentioned above, then have your catalytic converter inspected and then replaced if necessary. Bad catalytic converter can significantly impact your vehicle performance, fuel efficiency, and emission. By recognizing these top symptoms early and addressing them promptly, you can avoid costly repairs and keep your car running smoothly. If you suspect your car catalytic converter is failing, then don't delay. Get it repaired or get it fixed immediately. Otherwise, it will lead to a very costly maintenance repair down the line. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you regarding some of the top symptoms of a failing catalytic converter. If you find this video helpful, please smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing, turn on notifications so that you will be the first to get notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe.